Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world, depending on the time zone. And that's why I greet you like that, because some people, it's morning, like in my country, and other people's countries, it's evening, and in other people's countries, it's actually good night. So wherever you are, I salute you for always tuning in and always giving me your time, because it really means a lot. You people do me so well. We're gonna discuss a couple of stories. Buendia move has been confirmed. Yes, Norwich have said they are going to sell Buendia. It's the right time, according to David Onstein. He says Norwich and Buendia believe it is the right time for the player to move on, as well as Aaron Ramsey wants to come back to Arsenal. And that one is a tricky one. My question is, would I take Aaron Ramsey at Arsenal? I love him as a player. I'm just addicted to him as a player. Would I take him at Arsenal? Would I just throw him away? It's a very, very big question. And I'll transfer it to you people in this video. Would you take Aaron Ramsey back at Arsenal? Because according to the Athletic and David Onstein reporting today, they're saying that Ramsey is one of those players who wants to come back to Arsenal. However, there is no confirmed interest from Arsenal into the player. Do me a favor, before we go any further, smash the like button. Hit the like button, people. It really means a lot. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 21,000 subscribers, and that is really, really massive. Only around 500 subscribers away. It really means a lot. So make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel if you're new. Down below in the description is my second channel. So if you want to find me talking about Barcelona, Real Madrid, look, it really looks like I'm an only Arsenal fan, but I really do love the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Bayern, and I like discussing sport in general. So if you want to find my views out there, you're gonna find me on my second channel. Link is in the description. Let's get into it. Let us start with Aaron Ramsey. Reports from the Athletic and a couple of websites from Italy indicate that Aaron Ramsey wants to come back to Arsenal. He wants a move back to the Emirates Stadium. Yes, I do understand. He was one of, at one point in time, he was one of our most loved players. At one point in time, he was one of our, fancy players. I really loved Aaron Ramsey because I've always told you, I loved Ramsey for the fact that he could score goals. Arsenal, in that Arsenal midfield, apart from Aaron Ramsey, in the past 10 years, there are not so many midfielders that have been scoring goals. Of course, you can talk about the likes of Samuel Nasri, the likes of Cesc Fabregas, but Ramsey is one of those players that had that character of scoring goals and of course creating more and more chances. My question now is, would I take him at 30 years of age? He left the club on a free transfer around 4 years ago to go to Juventus. He felt like we were never gonna give him the money. Is it the right time? Is it the right move for him as a player to come back to Arsenal? As a fan, I would take him because I know we need a lot of squad depth at the moment. I would replace if you give me Ramsey to replace Mohamed El Neni, I would take him. If you give me Ramsey to replace Granit Xhaka, still I would take him. But he's a technically gifted player. There is no question about that. But his age at the moment is a very, very big question. And the question is, should we be regressing back to positions like signing Aaron Ramsey? Getting back Aaron Ramsey. I think Arsenal should be looking to move forward. We need to be looking at young players like Kamavinga, young players like, the Bisumas of this world. Because the moment you start bringing in the likes of Aaron Ramsey, it means you've not learned anything. Last summer, we actually brought in the likes of Willian, and I said bringing in Willian at the moment was a right deal because we never had the money, but really 32 years of age, you give him 3 years, it wouldn't, it didn't make a lot of sense. For Aaron Ramsey to come back, I think Arsenal will be doing the same mistake. I think we should go for a younger player, in either Kamavinga, in either Bissouma. You go for young players. At least we will understand that Arsenal have gone for a cheap option that is a little bit younger, a player with a resale value, a player with a lot of confidence and a lot to provide in the future. So for Aaron Ramsey, honestly, I don't think I would take him. Let us move on to the next story, which is Emi Buendia. Now, according to the Athletic and David Onstein, they came out yesterday and said that the Athletic understands that Emi Buendia and Norwich accept this is the right time for him to take the next step in his career, and the expectation is that he will depart in the upcoming transfer market. It will require a fee more than 40 million as per David Onstein. Of course, when it comes to Arsenal news, when it comes to the Arsenal transfers, forget Fabrizio Romano, forget whoever, the Charles Watson, James Peng. Focus on one man, David Onstein. He is that man that is always going to announce Arsenal transfers early enough, and of course, we do give him the respect. So he says, Emi Buendia, he expects to leave the club this season. He expects to leave Norwich as well. Expect him to leave at the end of the season in the transfer market. The problem is the fee is gonna be around 40 and above million. So the question is, will Arsenal now pay this money? Because what is surrounding the deal is so easy. Arsenal love the player. That's according to David Onstein still. He says Edu and Mikel Arteta think highly of Buendia and could take it further if they do not land their first choice target in Martin Odegaard. It is not only English sides who have their eye on Emi Buendia. A major continental outfit has also are also believed to have inquired about the player in the last week. So there we are, people. There we are, guys. That's a big question now. What do Arsenal do? Do we spend time trying to chase Odegaard? Do we spend time trying to chase Emi Buendia? And I think it's a very positive story in terms of Arsenal. The player wants to move. He has already said, he doesn't have any issues. He wants to go to Arsenal. He doesn't mind the likes of Aston Villa. He doesn't want to join those clubs. He wants to join Arsenal. And now we're just saying, it's okay, bro. It's okay. You want to leave? It's fine. Let anyone bring in the money. And I think this is where Arsenal have got to act faster and fastest, because this is an open deal. This is an open move. All we have to do is negotiate personal terms and negotiate with Norwich. Try to make them believe that the money they're asking for is a little bit huge or unrealistic. At least if they can settle for 35 million pounds, which I think is a deal they will settle for. They need the money. And this is one of the things I've already said. They need the money. Norwich need the money. I mean, forget all what we've been talking about in the past. In the past, that Arsenal do not have the money. This time, we shall need to have the money. I don't know if it's available, but we will need to have the money to revive our season, to revive the club that we all know. Arsenal is not at that level. So, Emi Buendia, the move is confirmed. He is expected to leave in the summer. However, is it going to be Arsenal to do that deal? Is it going to be Arsenal to pay that money? The player's already confirmed the move. He loves he loves the club. He wants to play for Arsenal. He wants to play in the Premier League for Arsenal. He doesn't want to go out of the Premier League. So it looks like the likes of the major outfits out there have already been rejected by Emi Buendia. He wants to stay in the Premier League. And among the clubs interested in Emi Buendia, I don't expect Aston Villa to take him. I don't expect the likes of Everton. If Arsenal are really serious about this deal, we will do it. Of course, our first choice in that area is Martin Odegaard. That could also frustrate the deal and frustrate our chances in getting the player a little bit, because I think even if you're Emi Buendia and you feel Arsenal are not taking you as a priority, it's a little bit disappointing. In January, we tried to sign him. We got Martin Odegaard. Now in the summer, there's another chance to sign him, and then we go for Martin Odegaard. It might be a little bit disappointing for the player, and I really ask of us though, if we cannot get Odegaard easily, let us go for Emi Buendia. It's a very easy deal to do. It's all about negotiating the price and negotiating personal terms. Norwich want to sell, the player wants to move, Arsenal wants to buy. That is the perfect relationship you want. You want in a transfer deal. You have a willing seller, you have a willing buyer, and you have a player willing to move to your side as well. So let us wait and see what will happen in the summer. My name is Cossy. Please do enjoy the videos by clicking the like button. That will show me whether you enjoy the videos or you do not. And of course, in the comments below, do tell me what you think about Emi Buendia's situation, and tell me what you think about Aaron Ramsey, because that's a big question in this video. Do you take Aaron Ramsey back at Arsenal? I'll be back when we discuss a couple of more stories, especially the centre back situation at Arsenal, the likes of Jules Koundé, the likes of William Saliba, the likes of Paul Torres, and a couple of a couple of more stories. My name is Cossy. I sign out for now. I love you people. Please do make sure you follow the podcast on Instagram. It is Cossy19. Make sure you follow me on Patreon. It is Cossy's Arsenal Podcast. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. It is Cossy's Arsenal Podcast. On Facebook, you'll find me on Cossy's Arsenal Podcast as well. And of course on YouTube, the giant Cossy's Arsenal Podcast. I sign out for now, but I'll be back later.